Hello, I'm Askar Sharif, and these are the latest news from Kazakhstan. On Wednesday, Uzbekistan partially closed its border with Kazakhstan due to the SCO summit in Tashkent, while the frontier forces blocked Kazakh village Arnasay, reports news agency KAS Today. The settlement borders the territory of Uzbekistan from 3 sides and the Shardan water reservoir from the 4th. Currently, all access from the village to the highway Shardan-Jetisay is blocked.
Unfortunately, the border between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan lies in a very densely populated area. This problem was inherited from the Soviet past and never resolved. We do not know why Uzbekistan did this, as their representatives did not notify us about it.
Social activists and oppositionists call the authorities to retract their decision to join the customs union with Russia and Belarus. Many observers see it as a threat to the country's independence. In response, the finance minister Bolat Jameshev says that sovereignty advocates have already crossed all possible lines in their fears and subsequent actions.
The opponents of the customs union believe the authorities' intentions could lead to the loss of Kazakhstan's independence. However, the finance minister Bolat Jameshev ignores these concerns.
If there are masochists who want to collect signatures against the customs union, they can go ahead, as it is their right. There are issues clearly understood by economists, but there are also some questions that will be always prone to speculations. I support the position that we need to create conditions for business, and the customs union will help with this matter.
On Tuesday, the oppositional party Azad addressed President Nazarbayev, asking him to allow the citizens of the country to also take part in making the decision over the customs union, which can affect Kazakhstan's independence.
Our party demands the government to clearly explain all consequences of Kazakhstan's participation in the customs union. The citizens are waiting for you to answer the question that bothers millions of people, namely whether the membership in the customs union will lead to a gradual loss of independence for our country. The Social Democratic Party Azad believes it is necessary to solve the issue of Kazakhstan's participation in the customs union in a national referendum.
Ex-Senator Wali Khan Kaysarov cites the example of the European Union, where all member states joined the organization only after referendums, whereas Kazakhstan only speaks of democratic values but deals with important political issues exclusively behind the scene.
If the referendum showed that at least 51% of the population supports the joining of the customs union, then it would be clear that the people of Kazakhstan knew what they were doing and took the decision on their own. In Greece, Germany and France, no one blames the European Union, as the decision to join was made at referendums. But it took them almost 20 years to come to that understanding, whereas we needed only 6 months.
The finance minister, however, is not going to give up and says that it is only the beginning. According to Bolat Jameshev, the customs union is as a launchpad to enter the WTO. Unfortunately, there is a feeling that the state wants to enter different alliances independently of its own citizens.
Less than a month remains until the introduction of the customs code. However, Kazakh businessmen still do not know how exactly it will function. Entrepreneurs believe that the new integrated association is nothing but a global threat to the national security.
The customs union threatens the economic security of Kazakhstan. Almaty entrepreneurs say that a little less than a month left before the integration, but only select few know well about the new regulations. The head of the Light Industry Association, Lyubov Khodova, suggests bringing the matter to the Security Council. Since the production volume is below the economic security level and threatens the national security, we suggest taking this matter to the Security Council. As usual, Kazakh officials ignore businessmen apparently operating with some other numbers and categories. The Minister of Economic Development specifically came to the Almaty administration to explain traders that they simply have no other choice, as the customs code will be enacted in less than a month. The creation of the customs union and the expansion of Kazakh market from 16.2 to 167.8 million people will primarily increase or improve the investment attractiveness of our economy. In the heat of the debate, the economic issue was politicized, as the head of the confectionery factory, Rahat Anatoly Popilushka, called the integration criminalized. According to him, the customs union protects the interest of individual groups.
In the end, we will pay more than we should, which is wrong.
Entrepreneurs are outraged as starting July 1st, the union's member state will enter a new stage of their existence, while the business community does not even know about the new rules. Representatives of the ministry say entrepreneurs will have to adjust. This, however, does not eliminate another protest group within the country.
Vladimir Kozlov, an activist of the unregistered party Alga, said on Wednesday that law enforcement agencies are preparing provocations against supporters and leaders of the party. The distributed message emphasizes that the goal of security forces is to discredit and undermine the reputation of Alga's leadership. The National Security Committee has already begun active work subjecting regional party members to interrogations and moral pressure.
The National Security Committee is already actively working according to political unions. The regional party members are subjected to interrogations and moral pressure. More than 20 activists were convicted for distributing leaflets and criticizing the government in the past month alone. Vladimir Kozlov believes some criminal cases against Alga members will be fabricated. All of this is a sort of a gift for the anniversary and an indicator of the work quality. It is possible we just ended as a good target, although pressure like this has happened before, and certainly it will happen again. But I think that the current peak is linked to the president's anniversary.
Information about the scale of corruption in the Atyrau State University reached the parliament. A price list openly used in the institution was shared on Wednesday by lawmaker Sat Tokpakbaev. Earlier, leaders of the youth movement Abroy named the university in the oil capital of Kazakhstan the most corrupted education establishment in the city. Now the social activists ask for the resignation of both the university's rector as well as the education minister, and threaten public actions if their demands will not be fulfilled.
On Tuesday, Kazakh MP Sat Tokpakbaev revealed bribe rates for exams in the Atyrau State University, noting that the institution is raising future corruptionists. The parliament has not seen frankness like this for a long time.
During state exam, the highest grade cost anywhere from $80 to $120. The price of the successful thesis defense varies from $600 to $750. The money rotation is working like a clock there, with class leaders collecting the cash.
Tokpakbaev attached a price list to his letter to the education minister. In his message, the MP also said the Atyrau State University sells not only good grades but also rooms in the dorm. Supposedly, the university management accepts any form of payment, even cattle.
It is unethical to constantly intervene into the study process, especially since it is done by an unregistered organization consisting of several people.
The minister talks about the youth movement Abroy. Its leader Mahambet Abjan was one of the first people to openly speak of corruption in the university, presenting the results of an anonymous survey. The vast majority of students complain about bribery and lack of rooms in the dorm, as they are occupied by the faculty.
It turned out that the dormitories are occupied by the staff, specifically the faculty of the Biotechnical Center of the Kazakh Education Ministry. Perhaps these people were mentioned in the anonymous petitions.
A month ago, Abroy members demanded the resignation of the university's president Altay Kasmagambetov. Now they want to dismiss the education minister Tuminbayev, saying that hundreds of Kazakh students are monitoring this scandal's progress, since corruption is present in other state universities as well, although not on such grand scale and not so openly.